You know, the reason I started running, right? Because I'm 38, and I started running when I was 36, so real late. And I was, fluctuated between 250 and 290 pounds, pretty much my whole life, with as high as 296 pounds, almost 300 pounds. And 2 years ago, I decided I was going to lose some weight. So I started eating clean, and that was a carnivore diet for me. But regardless of what you think about it, it worked for me, and it still works. And I got down to 185 pounds. And I started seeing my algorithm changed. Just people getting fit and getting after it, and ultra runners, marathon runners, who cares? People running 5Ks. It didn't matter to me. I was just infatuated with the idea that there's guys out there getting it, there's girls out there getting it, and they're running. If you look at the ultra runners, it's unbelievable. They're running 100 miles, 200 miles, 300-mile races. And I'm like, I didn't even realize the human body was capable of this, right? The only way I'm going that far is if I'm getting inside my car and drive. Then I started running. It was silly. I hated running. I'm not a runner. It was terrible. And then I did it some more.
Lap 3, 14:41. Heart rate zone, 3.8.
So then I started running some more. And every day I hated it. I'm not sure when I started liking it, but every day I hated running. But I would keep going further and further. And it was when I realized that the miles were getting easier, and it was much easier to go further. So I went from, running 1 mile a day, thinking I'm killing it, to running 2, 3, 4 miles a day. And then I got to the point I'm running 10 miles a day. I'm running 50, sometimes 60 miles a week. And I'm running 5Ks, 10Ks, 20Ks, trail runner. And I'm racing them, but I'm really just racing against myself, right? Because a couple years ago I couldn't do this. And as I run right now, I can do this. And that was what was important to me. And so I started putting on more and more miles. And then I decided, I want to try an ultra. I'm still trying to finish one. I signed up for 2 last year. Didn't show up for the first one. I just got nervous. There's all these runners that have been doing it forever. And here I come new. I couldn't pull in. I drove back and forth a bunch of times. I could not pull into there. Just felt like I didn't belong. Then you start to get to know the running community. And they're the first one to embrace somebody that's new to it. And that's the best part. And then the second ultra, I attempted. It was a 31 miler. And I made it 19 miles. I missed an aid station. Didn't get the fuel I needed. And legs cramped up at mile 19. And I know a lot of you guys are thinking, it's 19 miles, it's not much. For me, it was everything. Because a year before that, I could barely run a mile. So I know I'm going to go back and do that this year, but I want to push more. I want to run bigger races. I want to run bigger ultras. I love it. Somewhere along the line, when I did that second ultra, it was my first attempt at an ultra, and I failed at 19 miles. I said, there's no way I can go any further. I could have went further, but I said there's no way I could go any further. I quit, and I dwelled on that for 2 weeks, and that's when I realized I think an ultra starts at the moment you want to quit. Whenever I quit and said I couldn't go any further, that's where the ultra was supposed to begin. And I backed out of that. And I was so mad at myself, I was so disappointed. But at the same time, with all this running and all this health and eating clean and being outside, it made me healthier. So I know it's not my first ultra. It's my first ultra. It's not my only ultra. I'm going to do this again. I'm going to do this a lot. I'm probably going to fail a lot more, but I'm also gonna finish a lot more. I'm gonna finish my first one this year. I can't wait. I'm pumped. I love this.